Welcome to Mysteries to Die For and this toe tag. I am TG Wolff and I'm here with Jack, my piano player and producer. This is normally a podcast where we combine storytelling with original music to put you at the heart of a mystery. Today is a bonus episode that we call a toe tag. It's the first chapter from a fresh release in the mystery, crime, or thriller genre. And today's featured release is Forewarned by Tracy S. Phillips. Okay, so this time we are going to do the first chapter, but we are also going to do the third chapter. And the reason is Forewarned is narrated from two different points of view. We have Daphne Post and then Lara Vaughn. So we're going to read chapter 1 so you get a little introduction to Daphne, and then chapter 3 so you can meet Lara. Okay, I'm going to hit pause real quick so I can grab a drink of water. Note to self, do not eat chocolate-covered espresso beans before you're about to record a podcast. All right, let's get going. Chapter 1, A Monotone Song. Carlson, Indiana, June 4th, 1976, Daphne Ann Post. Who's gonna see the lake first? My mom sang the monotone song, ending in a mystery note with a minor third. It conjured the kind of anticipation and excitement I felt watching scary movies. And this time, it triggered a new dark melody. I heard it in the sinister thrum of the car's engine and in the wind roaring through the windows. Nothing seemed to have changed along East Lakeshore Drive. The winding, narrow road that led to Nana's cottage in Carlson, Indiana, was tree-lined on the lakeside, farmland on the other. Lush greenery and sprouting corn grew beneath cloud-speckled Indiana sky as far as the eye could see. On the breeze, faint smells of cornflowers and manure from nearby farmland and lakeweed. Wind from the open car window blew my short haircut, styled like Olympic skater Dorothy Hamill, in every direction. I searched between the trees for the telltale reflection of the sun on the lake. I wanted something happy to cheer me up. Today was my 15th birthday. Who's gonna see the lake first? My mom repeated. It's right there, Marianne. I've been calling my mom by her first name since she divorced my dad last year. I saw it, announced my younger brother, Brandon. I saw the lake first. Brandon was 9.5. He was born when I was 5, and from the moment he could walk, Marianne and Dad expected me to help look after him. Most days, it took all three of us to keep track of him. Why are you still calling me that, Daphne? Marianne asked. I shrugged. The only way I knew how to deal with my rage about the recent divorce was to disassociate from her, to pretend she was just a friend, to call her Marianne. Despite knowing I'd be expected to babysit my brother and 2 younger cousins, I usually felt excited about our yearly summer trip. This year, I resented Marianne for pulling me away. I wanted to celebrate my birthday with Dad. I wanted to start driver's ed. I wanted to be with my friends. Oh, who was I kidding? I didn't have any friends. Not after Ruth turned everyone against me. Icy dread laced with the sense of danger crept up my arms. Not the typical reaction to approaching the lake for the summer. I loved to water ski, and I was good at it. I loved to lie on the dock and listen to the water lap against the pillars. I loved the musty, mildewy smell of the cottage. I loved searching for fossils and beads in the clear, shallow water. This chill skittering from my elbows to my hairline evoked a sense of déjà vu. It reminded me of the day my best friend Ruth stopped being my friend. It's all your fault, Ruth had said. I'd believed it. My stomach flipped and I wanted to throw up. Ruth made me feel so guilty. Marianne said, When we get there, I need help unloading the car before you can play with your cousins. She glanced in the rearview mirror at Brandon in the back seat. After the divorce, my mom changed her look and started dating again. She wore a paisley lace-up top and bell-bottom jeans. Her new shag haircut showed off bright green eyes, and long hoop earrings accentuated her high cheekbones. I looked nothing like my mother. Between the trees, the lake glittered as if sprinkled with shards of broken glass. Lavish summer homes with 3- and 4-car garages lined the shore. Some, newly remodeled, towered above the rest with third-story additions. Others behind the trees were unpretentious cabins, blending in with the forested shore. An adjacent golf course with the green carpet-covered hills smelled like fresh-mowed grass. Trespassing on the golf course was forbidden. I imagined what it would be like to run on the soft, grassy hills in bare feet. I wanted to sit in the gazebo high on the hill on the far side of the fairway. Though I'd never been there, I imagined it had a wonderful view of the lake. As we drew closer to our cottage, the prickles that fled my arms to reside in my scalp, I tried to ignore the sensation and the feeling of dread. The last time I had feelings like this, my friend Ruth almost died. It happened when I touched her. She had welcomed me into her house, and she hugged me. The warning had become so clear in my mind, like the developing image of a Polaroid picture, that I had to tell Ruth. I pleaded with her and tried to stop her from skating on the ice. Now, I wish I never said anything, because maybe it never would have happened. Maybe if I hadn't told Ruth, we would still be friends. My cheeks heated with shame and embarrassment, and I turned my face to the open window. Freak, weirdo, it was all my fault. The road wound down a steep hill. At the bottom on the left, our sky-blue Victorian cottage with its peaked roof and scrolled details was the oldest home on the lake. White window trim popped against the pale blue siding and the dark gray shingles. Mowed grass full of pink clover and rows of orange and yellow lilies bloomed along the sidewalk that led to the familiar screened porch. Gabled windows and a spire on the crest of the roof gave it a charm like no other house on the lake. Duke, our half-golden retriever, half-collie mutt, knew this road as well as we did. He stuck his long nose out the back window of the Volkswagen bus, and the wind blew back his floppy ears. When he snorted into the wind, Brandon cried, "Gross! Duke blew snot all over my face!" He wiped his face on his shirt sleeve. "Look, your cousins are already here." Mary Ann pulled into the carport, where Auntie Beth and my cousins were unloading their station wagon. We piled out of the VW bus, and Duke led the way. "I'm going to go play with Sammy," Brandon said. "No, you are not. You need to help unload the car first," Mary Ann said. Brandon opened the white-painted wrought iron gate leading to the yard and ran to Sammy. The two boys body slammed into each other in a frenetic hug, Brandon's wild blonde hair contrasting with Sammy's neat brown military cut. They chattered and ran toward the lake with Duke at their heels. "Brandon, what did I say?" Mary Ann called. "Happy 15th birthday, Daphne." Auntie Beth pulled a suitcase from the back seat and set it on the driveway. A brown leather barrette held back her long red hair. She wore a light orange flower print t-shirt and overalls. She gave me a warm hug. "Thanks," I said. She reminded me that I'd rather be with my dad. "You've grown 6 inches since I saw you." Auntie Beth was exaggerating, but not by much. I'd grown taller than Mary Ann this spring. Now I could see the top of my aunt's head, too. "She's growing up before our eyes." Mary Ann sparkled with something like pride. I chose to ignore it. My aunt picked up a laundry basket full of bedding and headed into the house. "Abanabi Lounge is open, so come on inside." Years ago, Nana had named the house after Abanabi Creek that ran beside it and into the lake. "Happy birthday!" Margot, who was 12, brushed a lock of straight walnut brown hair away from her face. "It never feels like summer until we get here." Her awkward, open-mouthed smile revealed a flash of silver from the metal in her mouth. "You got braces," I said. "Let me see." Margot showed them off with a grin, more like a grimace. "They hurt, and I have to wear headgear." "Look at what I got." I tossed my head and pointed to 2 new gold post earrings. Mary Ann had finally let me pierce my ears. "I know everyone does it, but I don't want mine pierced." Margot held a small gray-blue suitcase. "Did you bring your Brer horses? Misty of Chenateague League and her foal?" "Yeah," I smiled. "The 2 you like best." Dad got me a new Breyer horse. She's a bay with a long mane and a tail. I can't wait to show you. Margot was on the cusp of putting childish games away, but for some reason, she wasn't quite ready to. Mary Ann opened the tailgate of the VW bus and handed me my suitcase. The house is unlocked. Take your things up to your room and then come help me with the rest, please. I have no doubt the boys aren't coming back. Okay. I longed to see the familiar cottage. It reminded me of happier days when my parents still loved each other. Days filled with summer sports and sunshine. Lately, the only activity that gave me joy was playing the piano. Did Nana tune the piano this spring? I asked Nana about it, Mary Ann said. That old console has seen better days. The technician said it needed too much work. My hopes to improve the Chopin etude crumbled. How will I practice? There'll be other things for you to do, Daph. You'll be so busy you won't even miss it. You don't know anything. I pushed open the wrought iron gate and slammed it. This summer was quickly becoming the worst ever. It was Mary Ann's fault. No dad, no friends, and now, no piano. Life sucked. I passed the little house attached to the back of the carport on our way to the big Victorian cottage and looked over my left shoulder. The neighbor's house was still dark. The summer runners hadn't arrived yet. But from the black windows and the quiet stillness, I heard whispered warnings, and I just knew, someone in that house would die this summer. All right, so that is chapter 1 from Daphne. And now we're going to read chapter 3. I'm Going to Be an Actress, June 6, 1976, Lara Vaughn. We need to stock the fridge. I'm not driving back and forth to the pig every time you run out of honeycomb cereal. Mother hated grocery shopping. She rarely cooked as it was. Lara thought menial tasks like shopping for food and vacuuming only reminded her mother that she married father. She traded her dream of becoming a lawyer for being the wife of a prosecutor. Her mother's family had money, lots of it, but she married for love. Lara almost choked whenever she heard the story. It usually ended with her mother saying she should have gone back to school, followed her dream, because being a housewife, raising 3 kids, and answering father's beck and call like some 50s sitcom wife had made her bitter. I can drive, Lara said. Mother peered at her through the rearview mirror. Good. I have a busy schedule this summer. This summer was already going wrong. Lounging in the car door of her mother's Lincoln Continental, Lara Vaughn stretched her legs on the roomy back seat and tuned out the staticky oldies radio station. Mother insisted they all spend the summer in Carlson, Indiana, because Philip, Lara's older brother, got a job at Carlson Academy, camp counselor or something, and Mother had friends who summered there. She could spend her days playing bridge and tennis and who knows what all with a gimlet in one hand and an Eve cigarette in the other. Lara had no one to confide in but Philip. She missed him since he went to college. He used to call every weekend and tell her all the fun things he was doing. She envied him for his parties and independence and longed for the days when she could finally be on her own. Bacon for BLTs, Wonder Bread, Coke, Colby cheese, Doritos. In the front seat, Lara's younger brother Louis was rattling off all the food he wanted from the pig. She gazed out the car window and thought someday she'd move away from all the cornfields and hicks in this backward state. Someday I'll escape. Since she was 12, Lara wanted to be a fashion model for one of the big magazines. She subscribed to Glamour and Vogue, Mademoiselle and Teen. Finally, last summer, for her sweet 16, Lara's parents took her to New York to get a modeling portfolio. They had stayed in a Manhattan high-rise with father's friend, an heiress, the daughter of some millionaire, and her lover. Lara had a photo shoot with a photographer from Elle magazine. She'd posed in the doorway as the girl next door type, with bright pink lipstick, then lounging on a chase with a sultry vixen in a low-cut black beaded number. But in Laura's favorite photos, she wore a burgundy hat tilted over one blue eye. She could be whoever they wanted. Hadn't she proven that? She wanted to move to California, or New York, or Paris. She wanted to be a model, or an actress, and imagined her name on a movie poster. Besides, Mother's money secured Lara's future. The Elle photographer said she was too old for the runways. Maybe she'd get a job modeling for some clothing catalog. Or, if she couldn't become a fashion model, she wanted to go to California and become an actress. When they read Desire Under the Elms in English, Mr. Trotto chose Lara to read Abby's lines out loud. I was a good Abby. She could see herself in a blockbuster movie, a bigger star than Jodie Foster or Sissy Spacek. God knows I'm prettier than both of them. In New York, Mother and the heiress smoked their cigarettes, and pot when they thought no one was looking. They mixed cocktails for breakfast and sipped champagne in the afternoon. The heiress's lover poured champagne for Lara, too. Lara fondly remembered him and the giddy feeling of the champagne. Lara watched out the window as they passed small houses in the small town of Carlson. Next year, when she graduated from high school, she'd get away from Hickville. It couldn't come soon enough. She didn't want what Mother wanted, to go to Sarah Lawrence or Vassar for her obligatory degree. She didn't have the patience for 4 years of school. For what? To learn how to be the wife of a wealthy man? Like Mother? God! If she'd grown up any place but godforsaken Indiana, she'd already be famous. She planned to go to the West Coast where she'd meet a young, rich producer. Then she'd become an actress and host parties for the rich and famous, have luncheons with Hollywood actresses and politicians' wives. In the front seat, her younger brother Louis rolled down his window. The stench of manure forced Lara to cover her mouth and nose. She inhaled the perfume from her wrist. Opium by Yves Saint Laurent. Close that, Louis, Mother said. My hair! Mother's perfect hair. She used half a can of Aquanet to make it stiff as a paper doll's. Sorry, Mother, the smell. Louis slowly rolled up the window with his nose to the wind. It'll go away. Mother could ignore the most obnoxious intrusion. Louis turned to look at Lara and scowled at him, mocking their mother in protest. She mouthed the words, It'll go away. Louis smiled. Father's looking for a job for me this summer. Since when? Mother said, keeping her gaze on the road. Lara wondered that too. Louis was only 15. I told him I want to be a lawyer someday. He's asking around the courthouse to see if anyone needs an assistant. No wonder Father favored him, Lara thought. So compliant, so predictable. Jealousy seeped out as she glared at the back of his head. That's silly, Mother said. You're spending the summer in Carlson. You can golf and water ski. You don't need a job. You're not one of those people. Those people, Mother? Lara asked. Like Philip? He's working. He's in college. Mother scratched the back of her neck. Neither of her parents supported Philip's choice. He'd won a hockey scholarship and wanted to ice skate for the rest of his life. Lara didn't get it either. What difference does that make? Lara asked. But she knew. Philip had refused to fall in line with Father's wishes. Once Philip had gone away to college on a sports scholarship, Father refused to support him. Philip was following his dream. Lara respected him for that. Philip is on his own. Lara twirled her long blonde hair. Isn't that the truth? That's not the point, Lara, Mother said, catching Lara's eye in the rearview mirror as she pulled into the grocery store parking lot. Why can't I stay in Indianapolis with Father this summer? Louis asked. Why can't I stay in Indianapolis with Father? Lara said to mimic her younger brother. Shut up, Lara. You're just jealous because Father likes me. He likes me too. Lara reached over and the headrest and pulled Louis's hair. He loves both of you. Now stop it. Mother parked the car. Lara pulled my hair. Don't whine, Louis. It's not becoming. Baby. And now Lara was struck with him for the whole summer. All right, so that is the first and third chapters of Forewarned. So it is a suspense. It's the summer of 1976 in Carlson, Indiana, and the lives of two tweens will intertwine in a way that will change both of their lives forever. So still reeling from her parents' divorce, 15-year-old Daphne Post sees the family next door as having everything she doesn't. But Lara Vaughn is tired of doing what her parents expect and is working to break out of the box she was born into. Daphne senses tragedy is about to befall, but who will be the dead and who will be the guilty? Bottom line, Forewarned is for you if you like Americana suspense with the whisper of the paranormal and historical fiction. All right, so at its heart, this suspense is built around skewed ideals and what happens when those veils fall. As you heard, the story opens on Daphne's 15th birthday, the day her family arrives at her grandmother's lake home. It's the first summer without her father and the first summer after her parents' divorce. Daphne blames her mother, which we don't know if that's right or wrong, and you know how divorce goes, and has retaliated by calling her mother by her first name. So she's trapped in a house with her mother and aunt, and then her brother and 2 cousins, all of whom are younger. What from the outside looks like teenage angst and defiance really masks, as we heard, heartbreak and anger. Daphne looks out the window to the house next door and sees the, quote, perfect family. A society-leading mother, an uber-successful father, 3 popular kids, and of course, she wants to be a part of that. The Vaughn family does look perfect, but behind the screen is a father in a political role obsessed with appearances and control, a mother who lives for society life, and it turns out her tennis instructor, an older brother who has been all but cut off for not falling in line, you just heard about that, and the younger brother who's figured out how to suck up to his father. That leaves Laura, queen of the popular girls, utterly miserable. She's expected to go to college, get her Mrs. degree, and land a ladder-climbing husband. But Lara is dreaming of a modeling career. As Daphne joins the partying Vaughn siblings, it's clear that everything is not merry and well. Daphne has been able to see images of the future since she was younger when she touches other, and her senses are working overtime with the Vaughns and her mother's new boyfriend too. Daphne sees enough to know dark days are coming, and you kind of got a sense out of that from her chapter, and that somebody won't survive. But she doesn't know who, and she has no one to talk to about it. The central characters are between 15 and 25 years old, and so on Amazon and in other places, Forewarned is classified as a young adult novel, but really this is a suspense story for readers of any age. The struggles the kids face here are universal. It's the idea that the grass is always greener until you climb the fence and realize that it's been spray painted. In all genres, there's a spectrum from, light to heavy. And so for suspense, I'm going to use nail biters. Maybe I should use nail clippers. So Forewarned is at the lighter end, and I give it 2 nail biters. The tension is high enough to keep you turning the pages, but it's not one of those that makes you jump when somebody walks in the room. The setting in 1976 does give a flashback of Americana and the perspective of an upper-class, situation. For children of the 50s, 60s, and 70s, it's filled with little, I remember that treats. I loved Phillips', quote, product placement, the way she named brands and foods that were certainly part of my childhood, including bottle caps, which we buy for our children, even though they are no longer children, wax candy bottles, Necco wafers, which my husband just abhors, and bubble yum. God, I remember how much sugar was in those. For children of the 80s and more recent, it paints a picture of what American society was like, and especially shows the gains women have made, whether it's the way they're perceived during or after divorce, education, and then, having a career. The logic in this one stands up well. It is a straightforward story, with Daphne and Lara being true to their characters. I personally would have liked to see the paranormal be a little bit more of the story element. Daphne's sensing popped up regularly and acted to build the suspense, but she didn't really use it as a tool to direct or control the storyline prior to really getting to the sort of inevitable unfolding. Forewarned was a very enjoyable read. Readers who enjoy light suspense, stories set in historic Americana, and dramatic tension between being who you are and doing what's expected of you. We'll find a lot to savor in this book. Forewarned was released from 3 Elements Publishing and is promoted by Partners in Crime Tours. It's available from Amazon and other online book retailers. Allow me to introduce you to our author, Tracy S. Phillips. Award-winning author Tracy S. Phillips has played the piano since the age of 3. She considers herself a serial artist who is an avid gardener, musician, piano teacher, artist, and author. She writes psychological thrillers and romantic suspense. Best Kept Secrets won a Hugh Holton Award, and she is a 2-time finalist for the Claymore Award. In 2020, she created Blackbird Writers, a community of like-minded mystery authors. She lives in Wisconsin with her husband, and like some of the characters, she occasionally speaks with spirits on the other side. Find her on her website, tracysphillips.com. Wondering what to read after you finish Forewarned? Partners in Crime Tours is your ultimate destination for all things mystery, crime, thriller, and cozy. Since 2011, they've been working to fill bookshelves with gripping and heart-pounding reads. Discover new mystery series and connect with other fans with Partners in Crime. Look up Partners in Crime Tour on the web or on your favorite social media. On the web, they are at partnersincrimevbt.com. And authors, whether you're looking to promote your latest thriller, discover a new mystery series, or connect with fellow fans of the genre, PICT has you covered. Check out their promotion options that come with the personal attention of a dedicated coordinator. Join us next week for Mysteries to Die For. We are in Season 9, and it's all about the means of murder with stuff that can kill you, or sticky. H.K. Slade joins the Mysteries to Die For morgue with Walking the Grain, where pressure is the sticky means of murder. All right, Jack, the floor is yours. Take us out.